What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on MicroProFishing. Today we are going to do another on the water review. This one was not a request. However, I just decided that this was something, it was a topic that came up recently. Some people challenging quality and things like that, and I just wanted to give a little bit of an expanded review on something that we have talked about before. Yeah, just wanted to jump into that. So we'll see you guys in just a second, and we'll talk about some stuff. We're out here today at Silver Lake, which, as you guys know, is one of my favorite places to come fishing, but not catching. And we are out here doing this review today. It's a beautiful day. I just got off work and decided to stop by here and do this. So, all right. So, the product in question is Sixgill. So, we've had some critical opinions recently on our channel in the comments. About Sixgill, and people saying that their stuff is just cheap internet garbage, which maybe years ago when they first started, people thought that, or maybe it's been, more than 3 or 4 years since they bought one of those products. I know that they did have some issues with some of their reels that they first got. They were poor coding decisions and things like that, and stuff just scraped off. The Typhoon model has been discontinued and is going to get revamped because it had some other issues, specifically with internals, and that just shows that alone they're correcting those things and changing them. And I mean, to me, that is not something that makes me think that they are just a cheap Chinese copy internet copy, or whatever you want to call it, internet product. I mean, just to put this out here, we're not sponsored by Sixgill. However, Justin, if you would like to sponsor us or do an affiliate program thing with us, we would be very interested. I know that you are very, very much into realistic reviews and people telling exactly what happened and working with those people. I've seen post after post after post on Sixgill Anglers, and Justin always tries to make things right or something. Do whatever. Try to make these guys, be happy with their purchase, even if that means that they need to get a different product. Sometimes people make mistakes and buy the wrong thing. I mean, we have stuff that we've bought that maybe we didn't need. It just is what it is. So today I'm going to be doing specifically what I put of my rods that I've purchased, all of which, by the way, we have purchased. We have not gotten any of these as samples, nothing like that. We don't have any real affiliation with Sixgill other than we really just like their products. So these are all products we've bought. They've either been birthday discount code things that the guys have bought for me, or products that I have purchased during BOGOs or whatever, just is what it is. So today I'm going to be sorting out specifically the rods that I use for cranking. So I wanted to give you guys, a lot of people like to fish crankbaits. I wanted to give you guys my review on these products that one of them is specific for cranking. Another one is also kind of specific for cranking. They don't call it a technique specific cranking rod, but it's kind of the cheaper version of the more expensive one. The third one is a rod that we bought randomly, and it ended up turning out to be, in my opinion, a pretty good cranking rod. I'm going to pop up really quick here. I have some screenshots. This is some information on the first rod that I'm going to be fishing with today. Is the Sixgill Kratos. Mine is a 7.2 medium power. It says it's a moderate fast action. It is matte silver. Has silver on the for the wraps and everything, and black, silver, and black. So this is the Kratos. Has polymer grips that say Sixgill in it. You'll be able to see that right there. Polymer grips all the way to there, a little gap in that. Shorter handle. So this is my medium power cranking rod. This is what I would throw some smaller cranks with, or right now I have a lightweight trout. It's kind of a glide bait or something. And currently I'm throwing a Sixgill Kratos on this one. Yeah, this one happens to be purple. It's very lightweight. I do actually really like this one. And I think I'm throwing 12-pound or possibly 14-pound mono, I think, on this. It was kind of a weird setup. It casts okay. So anyway, I'm just going to cast around with this a little bit here. I did want to, it'll pop up on the screen, but there's some information on this. It's a 7.2 medium, so it's a 10.25 inch handle. It's got 9 guides plus a tip. Line weight is 8 to 14 pounds, and lure weight is 1/4 to 5/8 ounces. So they do give you some information on what you should be throwing, obviously, just like everybody else does on the market. And yeah, they set you up when you go to order it. They'll tell you everything about it. So again, I'm running kind of heavy line for this, so it's not going to cast super far. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the camera per se, but this rod definitely has a nice action to it. It's a very consistent bend all the way through. Like I said, it's a moderate fast action, so it's going to have that that bend a little bit further down in the rod. Made for just cranking stuff. There we go. Pull it through the weed. But yeah, I really like this rod. Really great for some small square bills, or like micro. Googan Squad are one of our favorite brands out there. They have just recently put out a new line of micro lures. So they have micro crankbaits and micro. Do they have other ones? I don't know. Anyway, I think it was just micro crankbaits, really. But all right, so the next rod I want to do is the Kylos. This one's my kind of weird one. It's not actually a cranking rod. It is a random one as far as what you would expect to see here. This is the limited edition color, the red. This also comes in green, which Ryan purchased. So this has the same stuff, same features and everything as the regular Kylos, which is a moderate fast action. Kind of a weird one. I honestly don't know what they intend this rod to be. So the information on this is it's a moderate fast action. It's a one-piece 24-ton Japanese Toray carbon, Fuji guides, and the split grip handle, just like the other one with the Sixgill on the back. This one is a 7-foot 3-inch medium heavy, which means it has an 11-inch handle, 9 guides plus a tip. It is made for a 12 to 20 pound line, and it'll use a 1/2 to 3/4 ounce. This is only 5.5 ounces, which is crazy. So that's less than 1/2 pound for this whole thing. Plus the reel obviously is going to be some weight, but these things are so light. These rods are so light, so nice, and they have such good sensitivity. People don't understand that until you really feel them, especially the next one that you will see. On this one, I'm currently using a Cast King Mega Jaws. It is beautiful. It's 9.1 to 1 ratio. I would put this also in my same group with chatterbait rods and spinnerbait rods. So I have a Sixgill Chopper, which is bar none, it is the best spinnerbait chatterbait rod ever, as far as I'm concerned. The feel is just perfect. They know what they were doing when they were designing that. It's technique specific for chatterbaits and spinnerbaits. So anyway, we're gonna jump into this one. I am currently casting this super sweet old Rapala. I think they're called just a rattle trap. Yeah, Rattlin' Rapala. So this one's kind of funny. It says EES Consulting on it. I found these at a yard sale nearby my house, and they were all in a box, and they were $1 a piece, so I bought like 3 of them. And yeah, they're just a red tip with a white back rattle trap. So I'm gonna cast this thing out. Maybe we can see a little bit of the action with this guy. Probably not a lot. It is a rattle trap, not a square bill. So let's move you guys over and check that out. Yeah, getting pretty good distance. Oh, yeah, let's see if you guys can see this. I mean, the crazy thing for me is I'm just reeling this. I'm not even jigging it, which I know that like yo-yo style is one way people really like to fish these. Got into some weeds there. So one thing is this lake is very, very shallow right now. They've drained, and it is a pretty big lake. I mean, you can see how far it goes that way. It's about the same distance wide as it is long. So this lake is drained down about 2 feet, which is pretty big. I don't know why they drained it, but they did. It's actually crazy. As I'm doing this yo-yo thing, I can feel it all the way back right in front of my hand on the reel. You can feel that action from that Rapala. You know, for me, a big thing is that a lot of rods lose their action after about halfway down the rod. So, I mean, I realize that sometimes that's intentional, so that you have a little bit more, for lack of a better term, more spunk right in the end of the rod, and can set a hook, things like that. Set a hook a little bit easier. Yeah, this is just a surprising rod, a little bit of more backbone, I would say. So if you're fishing like maybe deep diving cranks, something like that, that you want a little bit more oomph with, this in a medium heavy, pretty sweet, and you can feel it all the way back into the handle. So really nice, surprising rod for cranking. So I'm probably going to go ahead and just skip on to the next rod. Larry had purchased one, and yeah, I tried it and I had to buy one. So this is the Sixgill Crankin. It is on their website as a technique specific rod, and I'll let you guess what that is for. It's cranking. Whoa. This is a 7.4 medium heavy power. This rod is incredible. This is the lightest rod I think I own. It's the longest rod I own. And this rod is 7.4 is 6 ounces. Yeah, crazy. 11 3/4 inch handle, which is a cork handle with a brake and then a very big knob on the end, which is awesome, and I'll show you why. It has 9 guides plus the tip, 12 to 28 pound line, and 1/4 to 3/4 ounce. So it has the same overall features as the Kylos. However, it has a different feel entirely. This is, I'm assuming, more glass, because it feels like nothing else. I'll tell you that. So the nice reason that they have that big, huge handle on it is you can use this to whip if you're going to cast it really far. Then cast like a dream. I forgot to mention, this thing is paired with my Piscifun Spark Pro on here. I'm using 25 pound braided line. This thing also contributes to it casting like a dream, just to say that. And it moves. It's so sensitive in the tip. You can feel every little thing as it bumps along. I'm gonna cast around a few more times here, and then I'm gonna try to give these guys the dock. So we're gonna wrap it up really quick here, and then maybe I'll finish it up when we get to the car. Yeah, it's honestly kind of crazy. This little square bill is diving too deep and it's getting into the weeds. So if that tells you anything about how shallow this lake is right now. I mean, I'm also out on a dock too, so I'm out pretty far. There's actually areas of this lake that I've never seen the contours of right by the shore that is fully in view right now, which is just crazy. So I think that just about does it for us here today. I'll give you guys a little bit more here when I get back to, actually I'll probably just find a spot here in the park and give you guys a little rundown. I'm gonna give these people the dock and not take up such a beautiful resource that we have here available to us. So stay tuned just a second and we'll talk some more. All right, found a nice park bench here to finish up this video. Overall, I wanted to give you guys kind of final opinions on this stuff. The Crankin's by far my favorite rod. It's my favorite rod that Sixgill makes. I've handled a lot of different fishing rods and none of them feel like this, okay? Like, people say that these things are copies of other people's rods, but I would love to see, especially the rods, I don't see, maybe the reels have some stuff that's the same as other people's manufacturing. I'll give you the benefit of doubt. Maybe you're right. I've used a lot of rods and reels though, and they don't look like the other Chinese rip-offs. I have a casking reel. I think that they make some good stuff. A couple of their reels are pretty good. I don't know. I have a hard time believing that these rods are copies of other people's stuff. So anyway, I'm not the expert. Justin, if you want to chime in on our video, that'd be sweet. But I know you guys manufacture your guys's, or you guys are starting to manufacture your reels out of Texas for that one model at least. I know these are made in a facility in China, and I know that you have visited it. So I know that you also would be pretty mad about people saying that you guys don't care and don't put in effort and redesign things, and you guys just use off-the-shelf parts that every place does. So anyway, so we're gonna jump back into this, get back on track. These are gonna be upside down because I put the rods the wrong way, but the Crankin is by far my favorite rod that I've ever owned, period, and especially from Sixgill. Amazing rod. Don't hesitate to buy one. If you find something that suits your needs, a certain power or whatever, don't think about it. Just do it. Just get it. Okay, next, the Kylos. I think this is a great rod for chatterbaits and stuff. If you want something that's not super expensive, this will work really, really well. Get the moderate action one. They do also have a fast action one if you want one that's more suited for Texas rigging and things like that. If you want a little bit faster hook set, you're going to want to get the fast action. But my overall with the Kylos is it is one of my more reached for rods. I definitely grabbed this one more than a lot of my other rods. All right, and last but certainly not least is my Kratos. So the Kratos is kind of a funny one. I straight up use this only for small crankbaits, and I guess this glide bait, but mostly for small crankbait. I don't use this for much else. Am I mad? No, I definitely like it for that. I think that it actually handles the small crankbaits a little bit better than the Crankin. I think the Crankin is definitely designed for larger crankbaits, and it does really well with deep divers. Things that have a lot of action are going to pull really hard and have a lot of that shake to it, right? That head shake to it. So the Crankin is my go-to for that, but this Kratos, especially because it's a medium, better for smaller crankbaits, and maybe like if I was trying to use it for, I mean, you could throw spinners or spoons or something, anything that you're gonna cast and reel in consistently that has an action to it, this would be a great rod for that. It feels super nice and consistent all the way down. So the last thing I want to address is prices. So I'm going to give you the retail prices, and then I'm going to give you guys a tip. Sixgill has their regular retail prices on these for the Kratos is $119.99. For the Kylos, it's $129.99, I think. This might be $139.99. I might have gotten those. And the Crankin is $149.99. So that is pretty expensive. I mean, it's $150 for a rod. However, here's your tip of the day. Every other month, Sixgill does a rod BOGO, and then a reel BOGO, and then a rod BOGO, and then a reel BOGO. So if you want to get the best deal, you wait until there is a rod BOGO going on. And then you and a friend, or just yourself, if you need 2 rods, you order 2 rods. And if 2 of you do that, it's buy one, get one free. It's not buy one, get one half off. So you get rods at half price. That $150 rod is now a $75 rod. Shipping's like 10 or 15, I think it's like $15. And you can get any rod that's the same price or lower, just like most BOGOs. You can mix and match whatever you want. If you need 2 rods, get 2 rods. And if you get a Crankin, I would recommend finding another one of their $150 rods and buying that, because it's going to be the best for your money. The next thing I would say is look into them. I know a lot of people, there's probably going to be some bad comments on here. Not bad, but you know, negative comments on here. But here's the thing. If you go on their community page, if you go on Sixgill Anglers, it is 95% positive reviews. People that are so happy with these things and buy hundreds of them. I mean, there's people, not guides. I'm not talking about guides. I'm talking about just regular anglers that have 26 setups, all Sixgill rods and reels. That's absurd. I think that's crazy, and I love these products. So for me, there's got to be something there. I mean, these guys, I've seen people break rods in their car door and they give them a deal on them. It's like half price for another rod, or $50 or something like that, right? So you got a $150 rod and you break it in your door. Most manufacturers are going to be like, sorry, buddy, you're screwed. You know, these guys, they'll give you a $50 replacement because you broke your rod in a door. You know, there's some people that'll complain. There's people, I had one guy, and You know, man, if you're watching this for some reason, I do appreciate your opinion. It's just hard. The situation you told, it's hard for me to believe that Justin didn't make that right. It sounds like, to me, it sounds like you broke your rod in your door, and they could tell that because it was like a clean break. Whereas if it was on a fish or something, you'd see that splintering to it because it would have been bent the whole way and then snap. I mean, man, it seems odd. I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm saying it seems odd. To me, it sounds like there's more to it. Could be, you know. I'm sorry you had that experience. So, just want to say thank you guys for checking out this review, checking out my opinion on these rods and reels, and specifically the rods in this one. And just wanted to wish you guys all a great rest of your week or weekend or whenever this comes out. I will see you guys on the next one. For all of us here at MicroProFishing, thank you. And as Larry would say, tight lines. Hey, I just wanted to say one last thing. I'm in my car now. But I just wanted to say, if you guys have anything that you guys would like to see reviewed and put on here, let me know down in the comments. Anything that we have that you guys have had questions about or anything like that, you know, drop a comment down below. It gets you into our giveaways, of course, but also it's good material, you know, good content for the future. So we want to do especially stuff that you guys are going to enjoy and are going to want to, for lack of a better term, going to want to consume. So put something down there in the comments and let us know what you guys might want to see. What have we not done that is something that you would like us to review or to do an on the water review of or something like that, you know? So we'd love to see your comments. Drop it down below, get into our giveaway, and win a spark. You guys have a good one. See you later. Well, I guess that's going to be it for the part where we're sitting on the bench. Some people just decided to walk up and sit down at the bench right next to me while I'm recording and stare right at me and completely understand that I'm recording a video and proceed to talk really loud. And that's just super great. I'm not going to go on a tangent. Just respect people around you. There's a bunch of other benches available, and they just decide to go to that one of all of them. Whatever. It's their bench now, not mine.